Then, essentially, I just want to take as much video as possible, and then we can decide what video is best. So that's not going to work, is it?
Yeah, don't try to edit anything. We just do a video, send it 5 minutes worth of stuff, and then we'll take the best bits and do a better video next time.
Exactly. Come on. Let's see if we can. This one often doesn't like Firefox, so we'll see. Record screen. No, it doesn't. All right. Close that. Don't save. Run secure. CD. User bin. Don't know why it likes Chrome better, but whatever, fine. Record screen, default, camera, that one. No, we'll do no camera. If we want camera, we can use the video from that one. Start recording. Entire screen, share. All right, so make sure that is nice and straight and even. We don't want to be all off kilter. So what is Lakebed? I need to find the... I put together a very small PowerPoint yesterday because everyone loves PowerPoints. So the first part about Lakebed is you have to know what a data lake is, which I've recorded a video before about what a data lake is, so I don't think we need to go into that at this moment. What I think is most important is when you hear data lake, think data warehouse, database, data storage. Mm-hmm. It's data storage. So, come on, view. So Lakebed, at its very base, is just MariaDB, which is MySQL. That's the database that WordPress works on. And I have 3 cats. For anyone watching this video, down. Get down off the table. Get. All right. Sorry for the interruption. So WordPress runs on MySQL, MariaDB. My day job, that web app, runs on MySQL. It's very well-known, widely used database. So that's basic, free, easily installed. And then on top of MariaDB, there's the Lakebed app or server, which acts as a middleware. So a database on its own it's sort of like an empty Excel file. There's no value in an empty Excel file. It's the columns that are set up, it's the interface, it's how you use it that's more valuable.
Yeah.
So what the Lakebed app does is provide a nice, convenient user interface to interact with the database. And one of the most important things about why the MariaDB or database underlie is now you can do any backup you want. You can hire a database analyst. You can...
It's a trusted format.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can do redundancy across regions. So if the database is on Amazon and Amazon goes down, it can fail over to a different region. You can do all those normal things you do with a database, whereas as soon as you have an all-in-one data lake app, now you're locked into the data lake app. Yeah. And you can't do a lot of the things that you normally do with a database. So I think that's one of the key differences is Lakebed is a layer there on top of it. And then through the Lakebed app, you can edit, manage, add data. So dump data into the data lake. Every month you might produce accounting reports, or you might have new contracts come in and you can just dump that into the data lake. You can automatically create structured tables, which then database analysts and people like that can use. All of this normal stuff that you use a data lake for, you can do through Lakebed, but it provides that nice user interface to do it. So you don't have to be a database developer or application developer to do it, because there's a nice user interface and help content. So let's just quickly switch over to the Lakebed app. Log in, and let's see where, well, so what is Lakebed? There's your help content. Help docs, there's your help content. I'm specifically looking for table settings, and then that. So I can create a database table through this user interface, which is friendly. It's got help content. It's a bit of a kind of click through versus writing raw SQL, writing software languages. It's a nice interface. Not that one. Go back to that one. So that's what Lakebed is and does. It's this layer on top of a database. But then the next interesting part that you're working on is with your own data lake on your own server, you can then run AI on your own server.
That's right. Yeah. So, hi, my name is Adil. In my day job, I'm a lecturer in mathematics. But since I've had a career in academia for 15, 20 years, that's given me a unique perspective on both data in terms of working with scientific data, so lots of numbers and things of that nature. But also, part of my job involves being an administrator.
Yeah.
And that means that I have to deal with lots of sort of emails and
student data
and things of that nature. And what I'm excited about at the current sort of intersection that we have of information technology is that we have these sort of ways of gathering data, such as Data Lake does. But the new element that we're sort of thinking about is how to use large language models to help us dive through that data, because
to leverage the value of
exactly
the data.
Exactly. Having large amounts of data is great, but it's useless unless you know how to be able to navigate through it. And
it can almost be a curse, because if you have too much data but you can't navigate through it, it becomes overwhelming.
Precisely.
And that's a huge value AI can provide, I think.
Precisely. And we're now at this stage where we have these big companies like OpenAI and so on, and obviously they have their billion dollar trained models. But what's coming in the wake of that is they are now available really very good pre-trained large language models that you can download and customize
and run locally
within
a secured environment. We've seen at least two examples where both ChatGPT and Twitter's Grok leaked all queries that people asked publicly on the internet.
Yeah.
And now if your staff are interacting with that AI and they're putting student data in the query, that gets leaked to the internet, you kind of have a problem.
Exactly. So that's exactly right. What we want on the one hand is we want to have, as what do you call it, an
air-gapped computer or system, being it's not connected to the internet at all. It can run entirely on your laptop, on a server, not connected to the internet. But we also want to leverage the latest technology.
Precisely.
How do we do that?
Precisely. And we can imagine that lots of industries out there that want to maintain privacy, but also have large amounts of data that they want to work with. I can imagine there might be lawyers, people working in the medical field,
dentists, health researchers. I think that's a big one. Honestly, any researcher that handles personal data, imagine you get a data dump and you now have to, it's probably CSV or Excel or something like that, and you now have to work with that and perform queries on it. You need to get it into a database quickly. If you can just drag and drop that into Lakebed, there you go. It's up and running in 5 minutes.
Yeah, so you have a really well-established way of putting data into the system. And then I think what these large language models offers you is the ability to be able to look at your documents and rapidly reach conclusions that you need, as opposed to normally these kinds of things requiring maybe an intern doing that kind of reading for
Yeah.
you, or somebody else spending a lot of time um, um,
Analyzing,
exactly,
summarizing.
exactly.
Yeah. And yeah, we're already seeing that in the AI model you've installed on your own laptop, effectively air gapped, is you can ask questions like,
Yeah.
what is the purpose of this document? How many spelling errors are there? Yeah, what other have you been able to run any other queries?
Well, at the moment we're at sort of a basic level,
Yeah,
but I think that's because we used small models to begin with. We will next try to go up in scale to use larger models, but they require specialized software,
yeah.
and perhaps even to, I think the ambition would be to even fine tune them for whatever case
Train
you
them
train them.
on your own data. Yeah,
Exactly.
absolutely.
And that requires a bit of use of GPUs, but I think this is all kind of a service we can provide for clients who are interested in this kind of thing.
Well, absolutely. If the client wants to host it on AWS or Google or DigitalOcean or any of those, they can, and they can leverage that software as a service or platform as a service. But on the flip side, if they want to spend the money on a GPU and install it on their own server in their own office and then run the training models to make it very specific and unique to them,
Yeah,
they can do that
yeah.
as well. And we can provide a server, the software, the training,
Absolutely.
everything.
I can imagine a cloud version of this and an in-hosted version
Exactly.
of this. It
Yeah.
depends on what the customer wants.
Yeah, and that's always been the big goal. As I said, MariaDB is the same database that WordPress uses, and I like to call Lakebed the WordPress of data lakes.
Okay.
Because WordPress you can install on AWS, DigitalOcean, your own laptop. You can install it on your own server. It's a package that's easy to drop down anywhere. Whereas a lot of the other data lake solutions
Right.
out there are
Right.
proprietary to AWS.
Yeah.
Once you're on AWS, you're locked into AWS. That's the end of it. Whereas, yeah, if you can you can back up your data, you can pick up your data, you can move it elsewhere, you retain control and ownership of your data.
Yeah. So I think this all looks very promising, and I think the stage we're at the moment is that we're looking to talk to somebody who might benefit from this type of technology and ask some questions as to how would you like to see this working from a day-to-day.
What can we do for you?
Exactly.
How can we help you?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so that's finishing up. We'll hit stop on that one.